I've done the unthinkable. I forgot my tripod.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my...
Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. My name's Rich Heaney, and in this video I'm going to talk about long exposures. So first of all, what is long exposure? Where the shutter basically in your camera opens up for longer than normal. Okay, so you've got a shutter speed, you know, usually if you think about your phone, you take a picture and you've not got it in silent, it goes, and basically that's the shutter opening up and then closing in a very fast, so it captures what's in front of it. Whereas when you have a long exposure, you've got to set the shutter speed to a lot slower. Okay, and what it will do is it'll open up, capture everything that's in front of it, and then it'll go. Alright, and then what basically happens there, good sound effects as well, right? What basically happens there is it captures everything that's in front of it. As it closes, it puts it all into one image. So essentially, a long exposure is at its fullest effect when there's moving objects. You see quite common for people to take long exposures of waterfalls, of waves, of, you know, moving objects such as cars. You know, quite a simple way of making images stand out and be different from the rest. It's a creative way of taking shots, but yeah, that's what this video is about. I'm going to go down to my local town because there's nothing moving in here, and yeah, we'll get some, hopefully some cool shots. I'll talk you through how I'm doing it, and we'll see what we can come up with. Right guys, let's do it. Great start. I've done the unthinkable. I forgot my tripod. Good lad. Complete schoolboy error. The keys to long exposures is to have the camera still, because obviously it's capturing a set period of time where things are moving. So if the camera's moving, then you're going to get everything in blur, and that's what you don't want. You want the image to be clear and then the moving objects in blur. So you need something that's stationary to hold it in place, like a tripod. Right, forever the optimist though. I was going to go home, I was absolutely raging, to be honest. But I'm going to make the best out of a bad situation. I'm going to try and find places that I can, you know, set the camera on that's going to act as a tripod around Stratford. I mean, I've not got the versatility anymore of having a tripod and just literally pitching up wherever I want. It's going to be a bit more challenging, but I like a challenge. So let's see what we can do. It's going to be fun, or frustrating, or both. We'll see. Came down to the bottom part of the town, and there's like a little fountain. It's not lit at all though. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to use my flashlight and my phone to actually illuminate the fountain, and I'm going to set the camera up on a bench beside it, which is perfect. Try and get the lighting right, and then there's, you know, it's quite busy, so there's a lot of people walking past. So hopefully we can get something that's half decent. So this is what I'm going to be shooting. Let's see. So it is quite dark, like I say. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a bit of light from my phone. I'm going to illuminate it, and hopefully that lights it up a little. So I've got the setup of the camera. So I managed to bring my mount for my tripod, so it goes on the bottom of my camera and it mounts to my tripod. It was attached to my camera, like, what an idiot. But anyway, it came in handy actually. I've literally put, let me show you. So just through here. So I've put the, I don't know if you can see it there guys, but I've put the little mount underneath the camera. So this is my setup. So that's what we're looking at right now. I'm about to illuminate the fountain now with my phone. And like I say, it's a really busy spot, so there's quite a lot of people walking by, so it should be all right. I've came onto my next location simply because I can put my camera on it. So basically what I'm going to do here is go off of this little block here, and position the camera in there, and I'm going to shoot the telephone box which is over here. It just looks cool with the light shining down on it and stuff. There's people walking around, there's cars coming backwards and forwards, so it can be quite a cool looking image, I think. So I've set up the camera. This is doing my head in without a tripod, I'm not going to lie. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, but I've put my keys under it this time to get the angle right. Yeah, so I'm creating a few little bits as I go, but I tell you one thing that I've learned, I will not forget my tripod again. Just a disaster. Keys to long exposure shots, guys, is just take your time with it. You know, like I sat round by the fountain there probably for about 10 minutes, took maybe 5 or 6 different ones, because you know you're always going to get different blends and stuff, so if you've got time, just take that extra bit of care. Like I'm just sat here now, I've got it all set up, ready to go, happy with my setup. It's just a case of now waiting for that sort of window when things are going on, that busy period when there's plenty of cars, plenty of people walking past. Currently it's gone a little bit quiet. I hope it gets busy again. Fingers crossed. You know, there's still people going around, but it's hard to see them without the cars going by as well. So we just need as much noise in this picture as we can, because you know that's what's going to add the interest of the long exposure shot. Because obviously the shutter's opening up for such a long period of time, there's a lot of light coming in and getting absorbed by the camera, which then makes for a lot of overexposed images. So it's very important that you actually find something to dull down that outside light that's coming through. So I've just stuck an ND filter on there, and yeah, just to quieten it down, that exposure a little bit, make it a little bit duller. It's starting to get a little bit busier. We just need some traffic now, and then we'll get the shot. Just get a little bit busier, so that's it working now. So you see there that I've pressed the actual camera to take the picture, and it's on a 30 second exposure. So it's opening out for 30 seconds, and luckily there's a taxi as well, perfect. It's got the little orange glow on the top of it. That's awesome. That'll look pretty cool, I hope. Let's have a little look at this. I think that's as good as we're going to get here. Yeah, so we've got the little orange light there. Don't know if you can see that coming through from the taxi. The red telephone box just lighting up there as well, and then the white lights coming through from the cars. That looks pretty sick. I'm looking forward to editing that one. On to the next location then, guys. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm just banging the high street, so again, obviously there's going to be a lot going on here. You know, we've got people coming in and out of pubs, coming, you know, in and out of restaurants after having their meal, and there's obviously a lot of cars and taxis going up and down, so it's quite a cool location. I'm just gonna pop my camera down just on the floor here, and hopefully it'll be quite a cool sort of low viewpoint, and I'm going to shoot up towards, I don't know if you can see it, the exposure is quite poor because it's really dark, but you know, I'm going to shoot from sort of down here and get those cars going past, get you know, all the people coming in and out of pubs and stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to create quite a busy sort of atmosphere, because it's getting quite quiet now. But yeah, that's the idea. I'm actually lying on the road in the middle of a high street, but yeah, I just had to obviously check the settings. Again, you need to have a tripod for this, is a joke, but you've got to hope for 2 things at this stage. Number 1 is that no one runs you over. Number 2, the guy of this car doesn't turn up and think I'm doing something to it, and yeah, I just hope that no one comes past that I know, because number 1, I look a little bit stupid, and number 2, I'll end up chatting to him for ages and I won't get the shot. Here comes a bit of busy stuff now, so hopefully we'll get the shot. You get a few funky looks doing this. There's a few people, they probably thought I was ran over or something, they were lining the side of the road, but it's all fun, it's all good. Once you realise you're actually just taking pictures, a cyclist going by as well now, class. Hopefully just adds a little bit more to the image. So that's it taken now. So let's have a little look, you can see it in there. That looks pretty cool, right? I've arrived at my next location, so I'll show you my setup with no tripod. This is me, I'm on a parking meter, and I've set the camera up to shoot straight down the street now. So I've got the little orange glow coming off of the side here, plenty of stuff going on the high street as well, so hopefully we'll get some buzz about this one. As I'm in Stratford, it's quite fitting to get something of Shakespeare in there really. So if I flip the camera around, it's like quite dark and street. You've got just a big Shakespeare, I don't know what it is to be honest, but it says his name on it, so it looks pretty sick. And it's still, again, quite busy, so we're going to give this one a go and see what happens here. Right then guys, I think I got some quite cool shots there. I know obviously we didn't have see, I don't know what's going on here. Typical Stratford, there's always something going on, would you believe? I got some good pics there, I think. I got some good shots. I'm quite happy with what I got, to be fair. I mean, obviously absolutely devastated that I forgot my tripod. But look, you know, these things happen and you've got to make the most of every situation. Let me just put these lights on in here so you can see me. Yeah, we live and we learn, and next time I come out shooting, I won't forget my tripod, that's for sure. Probably end up forgetting my camera instead. Hopefully I've inspired you to get out and shoot some stuff on your own. It's not hard, it's really not. Create a sort of a vision in your mind of what you want the image to look like. Shoot behind things, shoot on top of things, shoot through things as well. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll probably I might post a couple of those pictures that I've taken tonight, so you know, if you like what I'm doing here, again, as always, head over to my Instagram, drop some comments down below, and don't forget to hit that like button, smash that like button, hold your finger on it for 30 seconds like a long exposure, just to make sure it goes through. And yeah, give me a little subscribe as well guys if you fancy, because there's plenty more coming up. But that's all, I'm out, take it easy, until next time guys, much love.